Thank you.
Okay, yes, what's the screenwriter's name?
This brother's blushing.
Virginia.
Virginia Travis.
Where did I stand up? Where did I stand up?
Virginia Travis, stand up.
So that's what's happening.
Okay, yeah, we are Voices on Papers, everybody.
Yeah.
Good evening. We will be reading about 20 pages of the first, the script that won this year's festival, Brothers Blood. My number is 11. My name is Chris Philippe, and I will be playing Danny and Mario.
Hi, good evening. My name is Tim Christian. I will be reading Dr. Young and Peter. I am number 5.
Good evening, my name is Rosvita Rausch, and I am number 75, and I will be reading Rhea.
Good evening. My name is Jonathan Scary. I'm number 99, and I'll be reading Person as well as Sean.
Hello, my name is Peter J. I'll be playing Jack, and I'm number 67.
My name is Patrick Foley. I'm number 12, and I'm the narrator.
Hi, I'm Deidre Kathleen. My number is 25, and I'll be reading Lady, Anna, and Assailant.
Hi, I'm Rez Kempton. I'm number 1, and I will be reading Israeli and Thurston.
Hi, I'm Cammie Middleton. I'm lucky number 7, and I'm playing Lucinda.
Brothers Blood, written by C.V. Hurst, Scott Amore, Virginia Travers, and Clayton Schuster, based on the novel Dreamer by Scott Amore. Interior, Bangkok Airport, International Arrival Gate, afternoon. Danny Irvine, 30s, towers over a crowd of people awaiting arrivals on a Lufthansa flight from Stockholm. Many of the people pressing in on the restraining fence are holding small signs with names of passengers, hotels, car rentals, etc. Danny is suffering from a hangover and sweating profusely. He holds a neatly printed sign with the name Person over his head. His driver stands beside him. Danny mutters to no one in particular. Danny holds up the sign with the following handwritten in Sharpie. Person family.
What the hell is taking customs so long? They're paid off, so what's the problem?
A very Swedish-looking man pushes a young, deathly ill-looking girl in a wheelchair. Danny slips under the fence and shakes hands with Mr. Persson.
Mr. Pearson, I'm Danny Irvine. I'll be taking you down to the clinic.
It's so very nice to meet you, Mr. Irvine. This is my wife, Gunilla, and this is my daughter, Anna.
I'm very pleased to meet you both. We'll get started, shall we? We have an ambulance and nurse for Anna and her mother, and you will be riding with me in the limousine, if that's convenient for you all.
Danny's driver takes charge of Anna's wheelchair while Danny leads Persson toward the waiting ambulance. Interior, plush limousine on the highway to Pattaya.
I regret having to bring up money, but I hope we can take care of our business before we arrive at the clinic.
Persson reaches inside his jacket and pulls out a plain white envelope, which he hands to Danny.
This is what you want, I think.
Danny takes the envelope, opens it, and removes a single sheet of paper, nodding his head as he reads it.
Everything is there authorizing your clinic to transfer 50,000 from my account to your employers.
Danny looks over the documents carefully before responding.
Everything looks to be in order. After I drop you off at the clinic, I'll run into Pattaya City and make the transfer.
I pray that everything goes well tomorrow, Mr. Danny.
You can stop worrying now. Your lovely daughter will have a new liver tomorrow and have a happy and normal life life to look forward to. Dr. Junk and his associates are the best.
After waiting so long and unsuccessfully for a donor, we had almost given up hope. And now we've been dead within the month. It's miraculous that the Thurston Clinic contacted us out of the blue with a donor.
That's what makes Thurston Clinic unique.
Exterior, the parking lot in front of the Thurston Clinic. Same. The ambulance and limo ease to a stop in front of the entrance to the clinic. Nurses and attendants rush out of the building. The attendants dutifully open the trunk of the limo and bring the baggage inside. The nurses help Anna onto a hospital bed and immediately hook her up to fluids. They work in near silence, having done this many times before. She's wheeled into the building.
Mama!
The words are weak, almost a whisper. She's near death. Mrs. Persson reaches for her daughter, but two nurses swoop in and guide her and Mr. Persson toward another door, above which is a sign in Thai and English. The English portion reads administration. Mr. Persson turns toward the limo and weakly waves at Danny.
Don't worry, Persson. Dr. Junk's the best.
Persson turns and heads inside. Danny leans on the limo door and looks at the envelope on the seat. He smiles wide, like a wolf at sheep. Interior, Danny's bungalow in Pattaya. Later. Danny enters his bungalow and heads for his liquor cabinet, pouring himself a generous glass of scotch. He moves to his laptop and turns it on. He retrieves Persson's document from his pocket and reads it carefully. When the computer is ready, he types and continues until he throws his hands up in a victory sign. He successfully deposited the money into his own account. He makes a cell phone call to his girlfriend.
Noi, meet me at Marine Bar in 30 minutes. I've got a surprise for you.
Interior, the Thurston Clinic in Pattaya City. Evening. Dr. Sigmund Young, 50s, sits at a conference table with his 4 associates, studying Anna Kraus's medical folder. His associates are studying copies of the same folder.
And how is Miss Partington?
Oh, she's been sedated, of course, and she's resting well.
And you've had all the tests run on her again and confirmed?
I received the results just before I joined you. They're all good. She's a very healthy girl.
How old is she?
14.
Her liver? No flukes? Parasites? No hepatitis?
Absolutely nothing. Her liver is in perfect condition.
And her other organs? Heart? Kidneys?
In superb condition.
Young stands up. The others also stand up and wait expectantly for more from the doctor.
All right. The procedures will begin at 0600 hours.
Young turns to his second assistant, William, an American.
William, your team is in charge of removing Miss Partington's organs and preparing them for shipment. I will perform the liver transplant on Miss Krause.
Exterior, Sausalito, day. Aerial shot of the Golden Gate Bridge. Camera follows 101 north into Sausalito. View of the bay, the skyline, Alcatraz, Angel Island, and iconic houseboats. A rustic group of artistic floating homes. Jack's houseboat. Small, simple, with a couple of ceramic sculptures on the deck. Interior, Jack's houseboat, night. Jack's dream. Jack and Danny, as children, play in a strange yard full of lush tropical plants. Jack is in long pants and a white t-shirt. Danny is in short pants with a white buttoned shirt. They laugh and play hide and seek. Danny hides and Jack looks for him. Jack finds Danny behind a potted palm and is about to tag him when Danny levitates and slowly floats off, waving at Jack, who watches and cannot stop from bursting into tears. Interior, Jack's houseboat, morning. The houseboat is a large room. The bedroom and kitchen are in opposite corners. A lounging area and potbelly stove occupy the middle ground. Art supplies are strewn about, and the entire living space feels more like a studio that acts as a home rather than the other way around. Paintings and wax sculptures in varying states of progress are littered across the room. The paintings and sculptures are modern. Jack's bed is against one wall, and on the opposite wall, double doors open to a deck overlooking Richardson Bay. Jack Irvine wakes up to the buzzing of his phone. The call is from his brother Danny's wife, Lucinda, 30s. Lucinda is distraught and can barely contain herself.
Hello?
Jack, it's me. I've got to come over.
Okay, you alright?
No, I'm not all right. I haven't heard anything from Danny in over a month. I need to talk to you right now.
I'm not even up yet. Give me an hour to get ready.
No, I'll be there in half an hour.
She hangs up abruptly, leaving Jack listening to a dial tone. He angrily slams the phone into its cradle.
God damn it.
Jack picks up a photo of himself and Danny, arm in arm from when they were boys. Half an hour later, Jack gets out of the shower and puts some homemade oatmeal cookies on the coffee table. He prepares his morning espresso and whole wheat toast with almond butter and jam when footsteps tap over the ramp that connects the pier to his boat. He goes to the front door and opens it. Lucinda, Filipino, 30s, enters and throws her purse onto the couch. She paces back and forth, cursing in Tagalog, filling the room with a nervous energy. Jack rolls his eyes. Here she goes again. He grabs one of the cookies from the tray and leans against a wall. He nods along to her tirade until she becomes so frustrated that she kicks the tray of cookies over as she plops down onto the couch.
Take it easy, Lucinda. Relax.
Jesus Christ, Jack. It's been 6 weeks since he left. And not one fucking word from him since that one phone call when he told me our worries are all going to be over. Over? Sure. I'm at my wit's end, and the kids are turning into basket cases. We've got to do something. Not one phone call.
Did he get a phone that works in Thailand yet?
Hell no. He's still calling from bars, which are actually whorehouses. For all I know, you need to do something.
Danny's a grown man. I'm done sticking my neck out for him.
He's your brother.
Shit.
What do you want me to do, Jack? I gotta work. The kids. I've tried everybody else. You should know about this kind of thing. Weren't you in that spy shit, right?
I worked for the Foreign Office 15 years ago. I'm no James Bond.
And what about all those stories you told us about being a counterintelligence or whatever? Our Southeast Asia. Or was that all just some bullshit?
Sean Bernstein got him this job. Call him.
You need to do this, Jack. I need you. Danny needs you.
Jack gets up and pours another cup of coffee.
If I go to Thailand, what would I look for?
Jesus, maybe a body. Shit. It's late. I gotta get home to the kids.
Lucinda grabs her purse and walks out the door.
Go and see Bernstein, Jack.
Exterior, streets of Sausalito. Later. Jack walks along the waterfront, where there are rows of houseboats and sailboats. He comes to a building and looks at the sign that reads, Law Office. Jack hustles up the stairs and enters the building. Interior, Sean's office. Same. Sean Bernstein, heavyset, 40s.
I haven't heard from your brother since before he left.
I thought you got him this job.
Oh, I got him an interview. Danny got the job.
So, who is the interview with?
I don't know.
For fuck's sake.
I was contacted by an associate in immediate need of an international courier.
And you thought Danny would be a good fit for that.
I thought that Danny could use work and that he might enjoy a break from that piercing headache he calls a wife.
Jack tries to hide his anger.
Oh, relax, okay? It was just some old guy near Tamales Bay.
A buzzer on Sean's desk goes off.
Now get out, I have real work to do.
Interior cafe, moments later. Eclectic coffee shop / pizza joint. Patrons, various, sit and talk, check their phones, read, eat, drink. Jack enters, looks at a few customers, walks behind the bar, and goes into the office.
Hi, stranger.
Rhea, 40s, lounges on the couch. Jack smiles wide. This is exactly what he needed.
How yourself?
Jack leans in and they kiss.
You're a little late this morning.
Restless night. Could have used some company.
Mario, 45, the owner, enters.
Hey, lovebirds, we have people waiting.
I'll be right back.
Jack slips through the restaurant and into the kitchen.
Doll, come on. What do you see in that hunk of junk?
Rhea smiles. Later, Rhea sits at the bar while Jack stocks clean wine glasses during a lull in the shift.
You know, Danny will turn up.
He's so thoughtless. Only thinks about himself.
How about contacting one of your State Department friends?
Foreign officer friends.
He fumbles with the glass. It falls and breaks.
Oops.
Sorry, I'm just tired of hearing about this. I've been cleaning up after Danny my whole life. It'd be nice to have a break.
Rhea gives him a sympathetic look.
I'll get to see you later tonight.
Improve that attitude, young man, and you just might.
They kiss.
See you later.
Rhea leaves and Jack watches her go. He frowns and pulls out his phone. He looks through his list of contacts. Jack finds a listing for Peter Mundane.
Hey, Peter, are you back in town?
Exterior, Sausalito, day. Peter, 40s, in running clothes, and Jack walk along the waterfront. It's a sunny November day, blue skies and placid ocean. They pass tourists taking photos, locals on their exercise routines, young people on awkward first dates, and all other manner of waterfront patron.
Danny's a courier in Thailand? Jesus, I hope it's only heroin.
Jack shrugs. With Peter, everything's always a joke.
Yeah, me too.
They sit on one of the benches overlooking the bay towards San Francisco.
Do you have his passport number? I can run it. See what comes back.
Nope. I guess it's just, is that he's still, my guess is that he's still over there. Alive, hopefully.
Did he have a drug problem?
Not a serious one.
How did he get this job?
From what Bernstein told me, he interviewed for it at Tomales Bay.
Peter frowns.
Ever hear of Sergeant Smack?
Sure, I think he brought H stateside with body bags during Vietnam, right?
The one and only.
He's living around here?
Nope. But if memory serves right, one of his former cronies is holed up beachside near Tamales.
Great. You got a name yet?
Not yet. But if the feds are still watching Smack, I just might be able to get one.
Exterior road out to West Marin, day. Peter drives an SUV, Jack in the passenger seat. The vehicle glides along the winding roads lined by redwoods.
The guy we're looking for is Preston Thurston, ex-Air America. Got nailed when Sergeant Smack went down. He grew up here in Marin. Dishonorable discharge. His status changed to without prejudice in '75. Must have paid a good lawyer a lot of money for that.
Sounds like an interesting fellow.
I only know that he collects art as a hobby. One of my dealers has sold him a couple of older pieces.
Aerial view of the highway toward Tamales Bay. Exterior, Tamales Bay, trailer park. The SUV slows and turns down a road with a rundown trailer park at the end.
Thurston's passport shows that he has not stepped foot outside of the U.S. in 20 years. But get this, his younger brother Mars lives in Thailand.
They park the car, get out, and see a sign.
Apparently
Office.
Mars is one of those apocalypse now nut jobs.
Jack and Peter walk over to the office that also has a sign that reads bait shop on the door. They knock. No people around, only trailers and RVs. A stout elderly lady opens the door.
Excuse me, ma'am, but we're looking for an old friend of ours. Preston Thurston. Do you know where he might be?
That depends on why you want to know.
Like I said, we are an old friend of his and his brother.
Lady sees the SUV.
How good of friends are you?
Peter pulls out a $50 bill.
I was the best man at his wedding.
Lady snatches the money, walks outside, and motions Jack and Peter to follow her. Exterior, Preston Thurston's trailer moments later. The rear of Thurston's trailer is backed into a sand dune and has been partially covered by sand, which trickles down in tiny rivulets with each strong gust of wind. The plot is secluded as more than 50 feet of sand separate the trailer from its nearest neighbor. A few chords from Ravel's Mother Goose Suite drift out through the windows. A rusty bike leans against a sagged and broken silvery gray picket fence. A brick path leads through the broken gate to a wooden deck. A redwood table and 3 chairs are on the deck, among scattered abalone shells, pieces of driftwood, and other pieces of flotsam salvaged from the shore. Beside the front door hangs a wooden sign with "The Thurstons" carved into it. Jack walks to the front door and rings an old ship's bell. An elderly man opens the door. He is dressed in a stained, tattered bathrobe and slippers.
May I help you, young man?
My name is Jack Irvine. I'm looking for my brother Danny.
Well, come in. I think you'll find out in a hurry. He's certainly not here.
Interior, Thurston's trailer. The interior displays the Art Deco accessories and wood veneers of a classic Airstream. The walls are covered floor to ceiling with high-quality reproductions of masterpieces by Monet, Picasso, Sicily, and others.
Very nice. Every one of those reproductions could pass for the real thing.
Tell me about your brother. Why should I know where he is?
About 6 weeks ago, he went to Thailand.
Yeah. And?
For work, I was told that he got an interview for a courier job with your brother. Do you know Thailand, sir?
You're not a policeman, are you?
No, sir. I'm a painter, and I work at the restaurant.
An artist. I like that. I have not set foot in Thailand in many years.
How about your brother Mars?
I've not spoken to my brother in several years. What does this have to do with me?
Well, my brother's missing.
I've never heard of your brother. Perhaps your brother has moved on.
Perhaps, but very unlikely.
I'm sorry, young man. I don't know what else to tell you.
Thurston stands, shuffles to the door, and opens it.
Thank you for your time.
Have a safe drive back.
Exterior, Thurston's trailer. Same. Jack walks to the car. Looking over his shoulder, he sees Thurston peering through the curtains. Thurston looks stone-faced, methodical, and deadly. There and then, he slinks back behind the curtain and disappears. Jack looks a little shaken as he opens the door and hops into the passenger seat, where Peter, interior Peter's car, waits eagerly for an update.
So was the mystery cracked, Jack?
Nope. Still on the hunt, you smartass.
Peter starts the car and backs up. Jack takes out his phone and quickly snaps a few pictures of the Airstream. Interior, Jack's houseboat, evening. Jack and Rhea at the dining table, finishing the last bites of dinner. Spaghetti with red sauce. Something out of a can that's still sitting on the kitchen counter. Quick, easy, no pressure. Rhea wants Jack to open up, but his mind is miles away.
I just can't believe someone can actually go missing. It seems so archaic.
Jack stares out the window. Rhea mulls another tactic.
Have you ever talked to Mario about the cafe? He's getting old. Maybe he thinks of selling.
Doesn't make any sense.
Jack moves to the bed, scooping his laptop on a thigh and opening it in one smooth motion. Rhea is wounded. He does a few quick Google searches before tossing the computer aside and stretching toward a bookcase for a large, heavy volume.
Damn, if that wasn't a real Matisse.
Oh, Jesus, this again?
Want some ice cream?
Yeah, sure.
Rhea goes to the kitchen. Jack flips through a large book of paintings. Rhea brings the ice cream, sits down next to Jack, eats a spoonful. She tries to nuzzle at his neck, but gets no reaction. She sighs and looks out the door. Should I just leave? Jack stops, mouth mindlessly full of ice cream, and points to a picture.
There it is. Battle art. Thurston has a life-size reproduction. It's flawless. The frame, everything. It must have cost a small fortune.
Or hardly anything at all, right? It's just a reproduction.
No. There's something about honest to good, modified art that it hits you right in the stomach. It's like you're a drum and it's the drummer. Real art moves you. Whoever did Thurston's copy did just that. It's a masterpiece in its own right. It's beautiful.
Rhea smiles and rubs his arm. Here's the Jack she's always falling for.
Do you have a bookmark?
Jack looks around, puzzled.
Yeah, somewhere.
Good.
Rhea pushes the book onto the floor.
We'll find it later.
11.
Jack and Rhea roll around under the covers. Jack throws off the blanket.
32.
They make love, kissing, caressing, eye contact, intimate and tender. Interior, Jack's houseboat, later. Jack and Rhea spoon, sound asleep. Moonlight filters in through the window and casts beams and motes across Jack's face. Smash cut, dream sequence. Jack stands outside the Airstream trailer. Bright sunlight. Suddenly, he's inside. The trailer is generally the same, but the floors and walls appear slightly wonky. The way the light lands appears surreal, and the shadows in the corners feel too dark.
Number 5.
Jack wanders and finds the Matisse. He raises a hand, hesitant at first. He touches it with his fingertips, then runs his hands over the canvas. His hand plunges in. The painting is made of chocolate and coats his arm up to the elbow. Interior, Jack's houseboat, night. Thump. Jack wakes up. There's a scuffling on the landing. Rhea lays next to him, still asleep. More scuffling. Then the door handle jiggles. Jack carefully crawls across the bed and peeks through the curtains. Outside, nothing. Nobody's there. Rhea stirs.
Jack, what is it?
I don't know.
Quietly, he climbs out of bed and rushes to put on his shorts. Rhea sits up.
Is everything okay?
Jack looks to her and puts his finger to his lips. Then he stretches out mouths to call for her to call the cops. Rhea's all business. Her gaze darts across the bed until she sees the phone on the nightstand. She grabs the phone and dials. She frantically whispers to the dispatcher.
Yes, I think someone's trying to break in.
Jack is at the door. He's nervous, unsure. His hand hovers over the knob. He swallows the lump in his throat, and the look on his face sinks as he thinks, let's get this over with. Jack turns the knob and... Exterior, Jack's houseboat. The door is thrown open and Jack stumbles backward. An Asian assailant stands there ready to kick ass. Jack stands and winds back a fist to throw a punch when he's caught off guard. The assailant lands a lightning-quick kick right in his sternum, sending him to the landing so hard one of his boards cracks.
Jack!
Stay put!
You got that money, Mr. Jack?
And scene. End of reading.
Number 1, can you stand up for a minute, please? Can you stand up, number 1? Your number looks like a 7. It's a 1? It's a 1? That's what we were on our time. Thank you.
In the